It's now law, and because of this new law, we're starting to see drastic changes that are affecting millions of people and your pocketbook. So we're going to go over the details of this here in this video. What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and I'm going to show you the effects of the big beautiful bill. And one specific thing here, well, a couple specific things here in this video, and what states are doing to combat this, and some states even giving back money to their residents here. So let's jump right in. We're going to go over this deep dive here and show you what is happening here and maybe some unintended consequences here of one thing or maybe a couple things from the big beautiful bill. So let's jump right in. We are live right now here on the YouTube It's Jimmy Show. Let me know if you can see and hear me. Type yes in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. You can let me know your city, state, or even your country, as we have people tuning in here from all around the globe. Don't forget to hit that like button for me here. And if you haven't yet, subscribe down below so you don't miss out on future videos. I will keep you up to date here and help me reach 500,000 subscribers. Take a look here. Has your electricity bill been rising significantly here? For the majority of Americans, it has, and it has been bad. Electricity prices are climbing more than twice as fast as inflation here, and it hasn't been good. Quote, "You just don't realize how important your power is until you don't have it," says Thomas, a retired air traffic controller. "In Florida's heat, you just can't live without air conditioning, at this time of year particularly." Thomas, who has invested in energy-saving windows and insulation to keep his house comfortable, but in the heat of the summer, his power bills are now topping $400 per month. It's painful to see that bill when it comes in. Across the country, electricity prices have jumped more than twice as fast as the overall cost of living in the last year. Especially painful during the dog days of summer when air conditioners are working overtime. In Pembroke Pines, Florida, Al says his power bill can reach $500 a month. There's a lot of seniors down here that are living paycheck to paycheck, quote, that can barely afford prescriptions such as myself. And Al says, who's 63 and uses a wheelchair. Now we've got to decide whether we're going to pay the electric bill or we are going to buy medication, and it's not fair to us. You're squeezing us between a rock and a hard place. This comes as, according to the National Energy Assistance Directors Association, the average household bill is expected to jump to nearly $800 from June to September, marking a 12-year record and a 6% increase from last year's average alone. Electricity prices have climbed twice as fast as the overall cost of living in the last year, according to a government report, the Consumer Price Index report. Low-income Americans are struggling the most, of course, and 29% of Americans are late on paying at least one bill, according to the Civic Science data from March, which is really before the high summer cost heating electricity bills. The soaring costs have outpaced grocery prices, which have also seen a sharp increase. There are also concerns that the federal government, which spends about $4 billion a year to help low-income families with their energy bills, that President Donald Trump could eliminate that assistance entirely. Well, what is one thing behind? Well, what are a couple things behind this soaring electricity bills? One, record-setting heat waves have pushed the energy grids to the limit. And take a listen to this video for a couple more things.
Electricity bills have increased almost 10% since the start of the year and could rise another $170 per year for households by 2035. That's thanks to the repeal of clean energy tax credits, new tariffs, and rapid expansion of electricity-hungry data centers to fuel a boom in artificial intelligence, multiple reports have shown. The bill Trump signed in July stripped federal support for cheap solar and wind energy production and moved to expand domestic fossil fuel production. The bill phases out tax credits for solar and wind, often now cheaper than gas or coal, and forces utilities to rely more heavily on existing, expensive, and non-renewable power sources. The cost of electricity has risen 5.5% over the last 12 months, according to the latest Consumer Price Index data, almost twice as much as the overall cost of living. The bill is in line with Trump's stated goals to use oil, gas, and coal and nuclear power to meet the country's growing energy needs, and includes moves like opening up federal lands and waters to oil and gas drilling and slashing royalties that producers pay the government for pumping oil and gas on those lands. Trump has repeatedly promised to lower utility bills, but multiple reports released this summer blame his moves imposing new tariffs, cutting clean energy sources, and supporting the expansion of data centers as reasons for the spike in price. Trump's support of AI, he has vowed the US will become the world capital of artificial intelligence and crypto, is also fueling the rise of power-hungry data centers, sending the demand for electricity soaring. The EIA projects data centers and other commercial users will surpass residential customers in use of electricity for the first time next year.
So, as you can see there, for multiple reasons, electricity keeps going up. The big beautiful bill has cut subsidies for renewable energy, mostly because Republicans and President Donald Trump just don't like them. And you wonder why. Even government reports show that solar and wind are cheaper energy, and they continue to get cheaper because the parts for them continue to get cheaper. And for the most part, you build them once, put up a solar panel, and they just produce energy for years and years and years and years and need very little maintenance, as opposed to gas. Think about gas. You put gas in your car and, a few days later it's gone. And you have to keep getting the gas. You think about if you put a solar panel on your roof, it's there for many, many years. So we are seeing some significant problems with this. That is just one reason. In addition to AI, you've seen there that the AI data centers and data centers overall in the near future, their power consumption could actually overpower the power consumption of residential homes in the United States. That's how much power data centers are going to be taking. More power than people are taking from their homes. So as demand goes up, prices go up, supply and demand. So we're just going to probably continue to see prices go up. And since we're seeing, no more solar and wind, in fact, look here, Trump says the U.S. will not approve solar or wind projects. Renewable companies fear that projects will no longer even receive permits at all that were once normal course of business. So Trump says that the U.S. will not approve solar and wind projects at all. And the reality of it is that the United States continues to need more and more power, whether it comes from natural gas, coal, wind, solar, or a mixture of all of this, right? We don't get power from any one source. We just need power from all these different things. And power from renewables, you put something up once and it continues to bring you power for many, many years, is a good thing because, you don't have to keep digging it out of the ground. So if Trump will not approve solar and wind projects, that's just going to mean less energy for the United States here in the future. Another big issue that we've talked about here on our channel here recently is that President Donald Trump's deal with the EU, the European Union, on tariffs and the new trade deal includes the European Union buying $750 billion worth of energy from the United States. While the United States needs all the energy it can get, details are still a little shaky, but it probably will be a mixture of all sorts of energy from the United States, whether it's, gas, natural gas, all sorts of different types of energy from the United States. We need all the energy we can get. Our energy grids are already strained, and now we're going to be selling $750 billion worth of energy to the EU. Well, we need that energy ourselves, let alone selling it overseas. You guys can let me know your thoughts here in the comment section. And you can see here, as electric bills rise, evidence mount that data centers share the blame. States are now feeling pressure to act to not only try to increase their capacity for data centers, but also to try to help their residents try to withstand the burden of these electric bills. You can see here, the New Jersey board actually just approved $100 in electric bill credits as prices soar. You can also see here the subtitle here, plans for stalled wind projects, also gets delayed here. So the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities just approved $100 utility bill credits meant to defray the impact of surging electricity prices. In a unanimous vote, the regulator's 3 board members approved credits that would reduce residential monthly electric bills by $50 in September and $50 in October as part of the state officials' latest bid to help curb energy costs amid summer heats and soaring rates. Quote, this should be helpful for people, but in no way solves the problem. I hope this helps some people get over the hump in this very difficult time. All residential ratepayers are eligible for the credits regardless of their income. This comes as electricity rates have surged nationwide, driven upward in parts by artificial intelligence data centers, mammoth energy demands, and while New Jersey's plan for renewable energy generation they're trying to do it, chiefly in the form of offshore wind, but has largely failed to provide relief as they're still trying to, I think, get a lot of it up and running. You can see here alone, wholesale electricity prices rose by 20% in June alone. Wow. And are due to rise by as much as 5% more. Wow. So let me know in the comments section if you know of other states that are actually giving money back to people for electricity bills, and I'll try to cover it here in future videos, and I'll keep you up to date here. So make sure to share this video here on social media or with other friends that need to hear this information. Make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on future videos, and help me reach 500,000 subscribers. I will keep you up to date here with everything going on here on a daily basis. Click here to see Trump's new executive order taking effect this week, affecting millions, or click here to see the Fed's new announcement for Americans. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.